How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and today it's just a bit of a chilled video, having a little look around this new map. I've found an Easter egg to do with Bigfoot. Have a quick look at the new trailer you can get for a scout. It's like a radar trailer, and yeah, a little look around the map. I'll show you the ice, like how you can break through the ice sometimes. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the reason it's not like a pure exploration video is because it's a very good map and it's fun, but it's interspersed with a lot of very awkward moments where it's very slow. So it'd either be a heavily edited video. I mean, look at the loaf. He's having a laugh, but he gets back to his wheels. Yeah, it's just... yeah, it'd be heavily edited, or it'd be a very, very long video with a lot of... I don't know whether to say boring, but you'd see a lot of slow bits where it's like you're stuck and you're going very slow and I'm winching. This, by the way, is a perfect example of why you get yourself a loaf. I mean, look at it. The second I rolled, I look at the loaf. He knows what time it is. See, I never get stuck on rocks with this thing. Ever. Like, this thing is ridiculous at getting over rocks. Yeah, there was a glitch here, so I edited, like, just reversing up to that, but it was only a few seconds. I reversed up to this rock as a possible wedge, basically, but it looks like the loaf just didn't need it. It's got enough grip in the snow. It flipped the dolphin, and then that's it. I reversed to the back, and we're off. Whereas, obviously, if I had a maintenance trailer or an add-on, that'd be game over there. I've got to recover. It's nice, to be honest. Been like, knowing what I know with the loaf now, this is like a proper chance to... I've never been on this map before, I've not seen it before. I've seen thumbnails, but I've not watched anyone's videos on purpose because I really didn't have a clue what I was looking for. I didn't know where the Ford 750 was. I don't even know if that other acetone thing or whatever the bloody hell it's called is here. Right, this is like an Easter egg. It doesn't seem to mean anything, but I seen that and I was like, oh, it looks like someone's pissed in the snow. But if you see behind it, there's big footprints. This was the second time I've seen it, by the way. I came back while I was on my way through doing something else because I just wanted to get a bit of cleaner footage of it. But as you can see, there's definitely like Bigfoot footprints or Yeti footprints or abominable snowman, whatever you call it where you're from. Well, I suppose not Bigfoot if it's up in the snowy sort of mountains, but yeah, like a Yeti type thing. It's obviously just walked through the snow somewhere, had a piss. It's just a bit of an Easter egg, which is pretty cool. That was the kind of thing that was missing from that little island in White Valley you can get to. You can see from where I am, I went up that, like, if you really want to know where it is, you can see from that bit of footage how I got there. It's not that hard to find. It's pretty close to where you'll be driving past at some point anyway. But yeah, I just thought it was pretty cool. This was one of the watchtowers I found. I just show you, like, I suppose it's not all of the map, but you just have a quick look. It's a very nice scene map. There's some things I've definitely done very well in this. Now you're going to see, I mean, you're just driving along and you're like, hang on, you just punch through the ice. And to be honest, I could either crawl very slowly through the ice and keep trying to punch my nose through it and get my way through. At the minute I'm busy doing stuff. I've only got obviously a certain amount of fuel. There isn't a trailer store, so yet there is one on here, but yeah, I was looking, I believe, in the top left corner, and I flew into there. I kind of looked at the last second. A lot of the time, you drive with your peripherals while you're looking around other bits of the map, but yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. When isn't there a good time to fly into a giant hole head first? I do think, though, there's two things. It's not necessarily with this map or update. Well, they've cocked the steering up and I really don't like that. It's gone back to the slow way. Whoever keeps fucking with the steering, just sack them or demote them. Tell them to stop changing it every goddamn minute. The first time they updated it to make it go back to the centre quicker was good overall, but they just keep messing with the steering. It's like fix bugs and stuff. Stop focusing on steering. And the other thing, they need to tone down how much damage you take because... yeah, it's just getting a bit, like, needlessly ridiculous. At this point, that's the point of my loaf. I fixed up and fueled up the Azov. Like, I'm well on the other side of the map now. I could just recover my I left it there for some reason, but I could just recover it and that's it. And now it's not a trailer left in the middle of nowhere, or it's not an empty trailer that's just dead weight that I've got to tow with me, or I'm wasting the money. So that's just why I'm not trying to, like, doesn't mean you have to tow a loaf. There's other scout options. The loaf's light, it works for me, but I'm just letting you know, like, obviously options over a maintenance trailer. See, the ice is going there again. It finally got me. You can get over it sometimes, but I think if you go too fast it helps you go through, because you kind of create a bit of a bow wave, not in this game, but in real life. You sort of create a bit of a bow wave under the ice as the weight of your truck pushes down on the ice. And if you go too fast, you sort of try and drive on top of that bow wave that's making the ice ripple, and you kind of break through the ice. So in real life, if you hit it too fast, you'll go through. But if you go too slow, you're giving the ice enough time to flex and break and make your truck go through. So yeah, like, one thing they nailed on this game was the ice. It is very good. I left this in. It's a little loaf rescue, but you see how its little tyre is hooked on just this bit of ice, which almost everything else would just drive over. But when I want it to pop out, I just hit reverse and it pops out. There's just something about the loaf that does what you want it to do. It's like if you could plug your brain into the game and just slightly code things and adjust things to how you need it at the right time. It's like the loaf knows. It's a beast. It's a horse of a vehicle. Get yourself a loaf. I drove the Dolphin in there and the tuner on purpose. Just like I wanted to see how deep this was, or if I could go under the ice or whatever. Obviously I'm using the loaf. I did try and pull this out with the Tatran because it was just I wanted to know myself. The Tatran couldn't get it out on its own, and this is another thing where I wanted to say, like, with the loaf I'm playing the game's mechanics against itself, and what I mean is the Tatran couldn't pull this out on its own, but if I used the loaf as a wedge for the Tatran had just pushed the loaf out of the way. But because in this game the loaf is really small and light, it can't push something the size of the Tatran out of the way. So it now, like, trucks and stuff make an extremely good wedge for the loaf, and the loaf's winch power, etc., is stronger than, I find, not only trucks' winch, but also their grip strength. So overall I can pull more with the loaf and a wedge than I can with anything else that I've found so far. I mean, the loaf did well. He rescued the tuner. He deserved a drink. The reason I went in is you see the currents going towards me. I wanted to see if I could go under the ice and start floating off, like, across the map under the ice, but it couldn't. I'll work on it. We'll see. Maybe you can't. Most likely you can't. I mean, pop me loaf out and I knock my bloody tuner back in. Looking back at the loaf like, you know what to do, boy. You get on it. It did take a little longer. It was only because there was, like, that block of ice there hooking on the fuel tank. That's the one thing I said in this video that I don't like with the Voron, is the fuel tank is a bit too low. I mean, it's kind of a balancing thing, but yeah, again, I mean, loaf approved. Like, you get away from the edge tuner. You can't be trusted. Yeah, going out with the old Dolphin. Dolphin's been great tonight. The loaf has been bloody brilliant tonight. It's been nice how well, I don't know, it's just done what I needed it to do. I've been towing it along. Because I didn't have a trailer store, I couldn't have a Scout fuel trailer behind the loaf when I first got to this map. So that was limiting me a little bit, but it didn't necessarily matter because I was kind of smashing my truck up, and every now and then when I got somewhere it was like I'd rather just recover to the garage and then set off in a different direction anyway. So it worked out, but obviously if I had a Scout fuel trailer I would have had one of them behind the loaf. I set off with the Dolphin a bit. Again, I've been doing all sorts tonight. I've taken all sorts of things out, really. Seen that mission, checked it out, and I'm off. And again, you're looking sort of on the horizon, and then suddenly, like, what the hell? You go bombing through some ice again. And especially that I'm in high gear, I think it helps make you go through. So I still went through in auto, though, but Dolphin, he doesn't play like that. He's busy, he wants to check the map out, so hold down, accelerate, shove my way through it, and I'm off. I was just trying a few things out with the Dolphin. Because I couldn't have a loaf with a Scout fuel trailer, I was testing out how much it smashes itself up on its own, and then I'm going to get a maintenance add-on later And I'll show you a couple of reasons why I don't prefer that, but because I couldn't yet get a trailer for this loaf, it was one of the options at the time. Another one would be a van body and then tow the loaf with me, but again, a scout fuel trailer would be nice. Yeah, you can see how much damage I'm taking. I think it's just a little bit too much at the minute. It's like, it's not really inconvenient because I can just tow something where I can repair it or stick a van body on, etc. But I don't know, it just feels a bit needlessly extreme. Like, sometimes it's like, what did I even hit? What was it? The carcass of a caterpillar on the floor? It's like there's nothing there, and you just wrote half my truck off. That's apparently like a military grade off-road beast that's fully upgraded. Like, it shouldn't be doing that. Look at this. I was like, oh, what? It's like, god damn, that's how you delete a truck in about 0.2 of a second. Like, goodbye, my spanners. Goodbye, my spares. You've been the one. Got me about 100 yards from the garage before you just disintegrated on a piece of ice. I mean, trust me, this... I went for about another hour after this, like, just because it's got flat tyres and fuel pissing out is not a problem. I've got a bloody maintenance trailer. Suspension, for whatever reason, the Dolphin does not care about suspension. I've said it before, and I mean it. If you haven't got any suspension left, there's no suspension to damage. And this thing just drives like it does whether you've got suspension or not. So, it doesn't make any odds to me. I've just put my spare tyre on. Or I probably had, yeah, some spares with the maintenance trailer. Like I said, the fuel ain't a problem, suspension ain't a problem. I carried on for about an hour, and I rolled in the end. And because I wasn't towing a loaf with me, I had to recover. See, I knew the ice was here. I tried it in low, and this is where it is pretty fun, because it's like, oh, am I going to make it right now? It's like, what do? Do I floor it? Do I let off? You can see the ice giving, and I'm about to go, but... yeah, I don't know, it's just a good, like, they've definitely nailed the ice. When you heard, oh, there's going to be ice that you can fall through, you kind of have an optimistic image in your head of, like, oh, I hope it's like this. And I have to say, for me personally anyway, I think they've pretty damn well nailed the ice, and it is it can be a pain, but not in a bad way, when you don't want it to happen to you, and you're busy, but it's like, it's not so ridiculous. Eventually, in one of the future maps, I'd love it if you could fall through the ice into deeper water where it's game over, there is no reversing out, it's just that's it, you got to recover, or you got to try and crane yourself back out, but they need to increase the crane strength. Driving around, I eventually did find a trailer store. I'm trying to think where... I'll tell you in a sec. Basically, this is why I don't like the maintenance add-on. I can't grab that trailer, which I already knew I couldn't, but... my point is, like, I can't get a trailer and refresh it now and fill it back up with repair points. Clip that toilet. See now why they say built like a brick shithouse, because that thing ain't moving anywhere. Yeah, I couldn't, like, if I had a trailer instead of this add-on, I could have just sold my trailer and bought it back and filled all the points on it and fuel on it back up. The steering is, like, sadly annoying tonight, but they might fix it soon, so I'll deal with it, but... yeah, it's a shame they keep messing with that. Whether it's on accident or on purpose, I don't know. Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I couldn't even grab a trailer there anyway. I know I can't tow it at the minute because that maintenance frame sits over the back. I just did that, but it's very nice views on this game. It's a very scenic map. It is a very nice map. I have to say, they've done very well with it. That's a all-wheel drive for the F750. I'll do a proper video on it tomorrow with the upgrade location. I've only found the all-wheel drive up to now, so I've still got little bits to explore. But I just left it in there just in case. Like, that's give you, like, you can watch, you know, pause the video when I'm on the right bit, and you'll be able to see where I am from my garage. So I got to here, wherever here is. You can see a mission to my left and a mission to my right. I actually thought right now, oh, they must be the same mission. It's just, if you remember on Black River, when you built one of the bridges near the drilling site, it had the same mission square, like 10 foot away from each other. And I just thought this was the same situation. So for some reason it says a loaf needs rescuing. I mean, obviously, they know what they're dealing with. It's obviously some type of trap. A loaf's just pretending to be injured, so they bring sweets and stuff or something. But yeah, apparently I've got to go and rescue a loaf. Like, it must be a late April Fool's joke. And then the other mission square, I just thought, well, it must be the same thing. But for some reason, I think I was just, yeah, like, I was basically just collecting that car and loaf mission. I just turned it off tracking, so I'm not tracking it, but I've just saved it now, I've banked it, so later on if I want to activate it, I don't need to come here to do so. And for some reason, something in my head was saying reverse and check that one, just to be safe. And I'm glad I did, because new objective discovered, it's the mission to go and find the 750. Which I was like, that's bloody handy, because now if I press details, it'll show me on the map where the 750 is. And at this point, I'd explored about 3/4 of the map, so I kind of knew it's got to be like, it's basically the top right of the map, as my garage is in the middle, slightly to the left at the bottom of the map. But yeah, you can see it there, and I've got to take it down there, which is kind of the right hand side of the map, as the way I've got it angled. So I was on my way. I've left bits of gameplay in. I won't show you too much of the F750, but I wanted to give you a little sneaky peek, let you know what is happening with it. But I'm not going to leave, like, 10 minutes of just me towing that back, because one, it's towing behind me and you can barely see it, and two, yeah, I'm going to do like a video tomorrow. I may even just restage it and do a video of me towing it back, so I'll show you all the route back properly and all that. But yeah, I got it, I found it, it's apparently stuck here in the ice. It looks pretty damn cool, I think it does look good. Even if it isn't the most handy in this game, I don't even care, I think it looks cool, it's the right sort of thing that they need to add. There's a couple of things I'd change about it if I could, a little bit faster, a bit more power to weight, well. Alright, I'm basically pushing my thing around the edge of the map now, so I have basically explored like everything except the top right corner. That bit at the bottom is like water, so I can't really go to. Oh, I'll swim there in the tuna later. Yeah, so it's basically the top right of the map, as you see which rotation I've got the map on. All you do is find it, you don't have to repair it or anything. It is slightly damaged, but only like 10% or whatever. It's just, superficial, just to show that it's had a little bit of damage. Behind me now is like a gateway to another map, but it's not there yet. Obviously there's no gateway, but that's what will be there, I reckon, when they add another map to this region. So yeah, I'm towing the old 750 back. It's not too bad to tow. I have to say, if you're just coming to do this mission, the Dolphin has been brilliant on this map. Like, even I took the Tatrin out. The Tatrin gets stuck or very slow in places. Like, the Tatrin is a very good vehicle. I'm not knocking it. It's one of the better in the game without an absolute doubt. It's very good for this map because it lasts the fuel lasts ages. It does go very well off-road, but it's not infallible off-road. It can at times be slightly overrated for just how good it is off-road. There is a lot of, like, this Dolphin is very good off-road, but the Tatrin is undoubtedly good, and if you take it out on this map, it's slow, but this map can potentially be a very slow map anyway, in which case you ain't going to feel it that bad in the Tatrin. So the Tatrin is a good one, but I like my Dolphin and Lo-Fi had, but yeah, I set off for this 750. I knew I'd end up towing the 750, and I had the maintenance trailer anyway. Yeah, I would advise, like, if you were to go and get this, it was very easy with the Dolphin, with the maintenance trailer on it. Fuel's just never an issue, I've got plenty, so I went a bit of a stupid way. I tried to do a shortcut. This I should know with this game by now. Yeah, I ended up driving through a hell of a lot of ice, and it took not long, like 5 minutes, but if I'd gone the longer way, in quotes, it would have took about a minute. So, I got here, vehicle recovered. It says it's a bit heavy, which it is. I only reverse it about twice as far as you'll see now, and then I recovered it because it's got, like, I assume highway tyres or not very good. But yeah, it looks very cool, it's very long, and this is just a little sneaky peek of what you can do with it. Obviously this is a quick interior shot, but when I go to the outdoor shot, you'll see, that's the horn. I mean, this thing's got, like, you see that utility thing in the middle between the cab and the pickup bed? That's got repair points. Then you've got the trailer bed thing that's got repair points, and then it's got a large roof rack over the pickup thing that's got points and fuel and that, and then you've got a small roof rack on the front that's also got fuel and tyres. It hasn't got repair points, that one. And then it's almost like a big roll cage around the truck. I was in high gear then. It's got a custom gearbox on it, so it's got 6 gears. It's kind of a cross between the off-road and the highway gearbox, but it's a lot closer to the off-road speeds. But it's got 6 auto gears, it's got 3 low range options, it's got a high range. Yeah, it's all good. It's like, again, I don't think it's going to be amazingly used. In some situations, definitely, there's things I can see for it. I really was not looking at all then. Yeah, I just like it. I don't know what to say. I like that they let it have one a bit bright, crazy sort of paint scheme. The rest are very, you know, in line with the age of the truck and so on. But I like all the mad attachments you can have on it. I like the horn. I like the gearbox, but this is about as fast as it goes. I've just kept doing laps of this place, so I won't leave all of it in, but just show you a little bit of gameplay of it. And yeah, while I talk about it, I think it's the right truck to add. I believe there's another truck called, is it like the A16? I don't know if it's like acetone or what. I only seen the name for a second and I didn't even try and pronounce. I remember it begins with A and that's about it. And I remember thinking it's a bit like acetone. I assume that might be more useful. This can have other things. It can have a 1 cargo flatbed on the back, which is pretty cool. It's just cool for like, yeah, I mean, there it is with like the actual pickup body off it. It's a bit like a large Loadstar, but obviously it's definitely not as quick as a Loadstar and stuff. I've not given it a full-on off-road testing. I have a bit, but basically tomorrow I'd like to do the upgrade locations and the location of this and the mission to rescue it. I might, like I say, restage it and I'll do it a little bit more properly. I'll show you the route I took, blah blah blah. I just wanted to do a sneaky peek tonight because a bit of a chilled video, but yeah, I mean, the gate, it's been released today, so for those of you that want to know and have a little look, is it worth grabbing? Yeah, I think it is. Even that they could have put a newer pickup in with like those big fuel tank step thing. I've seen them on like newer Dodges and all that, but it's just, yeah, they picked the right truck. It's something I do like about it. Next up is a bit more travelling with a Dolphin and Late. I've got the crane now. I'm off to go and check that prototype trailer out. And yeah, there's a couple of things I just want to show you with that. I think it's a pretty cool trailer, to be honest. So I was driving along here. I believe I'd been this way before. You can hear the ice starting to go, like, no, especially that I've got a crane on my back. It'd be pretty cool if they added like a special set of, say, ice tyres that are very wide, because I took the R out earlier and that's pretty good at getting across the ice. You still could break through it in theory and blah blah blah, but yeah, because that's, at the minute anyway, I didn't have like the chained on that. I've got those big wide mud tyres. I assume the Taiga, I've not actually tried the Taiga, but I bet that'll be possibly better if it's got the wide muds on it. The Loaf goes across a lot, but the Loaf's got very small, narrow tyres considering, and you can go in the Loaf. In my last video I did earlier, I basically, as I was driving the Loaf, I just let off the accelerator to stop, and I was going to go and check the map, and as I did, I started going through the ice. It was like my first time coming across it, so I literally was like the worst case scenario. I just let off the accelerator and sat on the ice. But yeah, the Loaf, like, it makes it across, and it can sink. It's, again, very good, very fun. There's enough of it around that you can have a play around in it, but it doesn't, like, again, there, I mean, I'm looking at the horizon. You don't spend, like I say, a lot of time looking at your actual truck. And good steering allows you more time to look around, but you spend a lot of the time looking at, yeah, the horizon, your damage, your fuel, your gearbox, what corner you're going to take and all sorts. So you kind of watch your truck with your peripheral vision. So when I just slammed into that ice there, it was covered by snow, and I mean, I wouldn't have even known it was there if I was looking. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But there wasn't a vast patch of it where it's now a nightmare. This is where I think they need to turn the damage down. I get up there and then look, I've got no, well, I had some damage, but now look, I just took about 500 damage or something ridiculous. Popped 2 or 3 tyres. I repaired a tyre, but I still haven't got enough. Anyway, this would be my advice. It says bring a scout. Just bring something like this and crane this trailer over, because it's kind of blocked in by everything. I couldn't find a way in there to just drive up to it and tow it out. I tried winching it out with the yar, and the yar got stuck on this wood. I mean, look, going back over it, I've just more deleted myself. More than a maintenance trailer would be able to fully fix me. And you see, my kite flying days of, like, I knew just, yeah, I was very comfortable at plucking that trailer out, because I've plucked a lot of scout kite trailers out of trees and off cliffs and all sorts when I've been flying them. Here's the loaf. The suspension's collapsed on the loaf, but it still drives like a beauty. I've basically, I think, yeah, I have already done it because the stuff's off the roof rack. I've just completely fixed up the I don't know if completely, but I've certainly fixed everything to where it's not in the red on the Dolphin. I just fully refueled the Dolphin, I believe fully refueled, with most of my fuel. And, oh no, I left 20 litres in the loaf, because I'm going to be towing the loaf. Just connected that trailer up, and then that's it. I'm off now. Like, the crane was well worth bringing, so if you go for this trailer, I would advise just bring a truck and a scout. I mean, you could just bring a truck, and I could have just, I suppose I could have tried flying it back like a kite, but I was just busy exploring the map. It never occurred to me, to be honest. I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. Yeah, this is a bit of ice, that's why I'm going round now to the right, but you can see there, that's where I went in on the way. But that's the cool thing, it's like, if I ain't got time for it now, and I just went round it, yeah, but if I wanted the challenge, it's there, which is nice. So some things they definitely got right on this map is it's a very nice scenic map. It's very challenging. They definitely got the ice right. They have broke the steering for now, and that is a shame. It's not the end of the world, it's just like, it's a bit slower, and it made, like I say, the video a bit less fluent, because I kept getting stuck in bits where I normally wouldn't, but it's turning slower than normal, blah blah blah. Anyway, I got there, I've discovered a new trailer, so I just pressed radar, because it's a radar trailer. Look at this, you press radar. This is one of the most unnecessarily over-engineered, needlessly cool things I've seen in a game in years. Like, there's no need for it to do all this random shit, but it does. And I don't know, I really like it. I think that's really cool for no apparent reason. They could have just made it have a little radar on a stick that flips up, if that, and it's like, they haven't. Just showing you, I mean, the loaf has got collapsed suspension, but it's a horse of a vehicle, it doesn't matter. This trailer isn't light either, and I know that from when I just plucked it over with the Azov. I had to get the legs out on the crane of the Azov because I almost tipped. Like, this trailer isn't light, so the loaf now is driving along absolutely fine with, yeah, smash suspension and towing this, and I drove hassle-free. The garage is just over there. I think I cut a bit out now, but yeah. And basically, that's about it for the video. You're just going to see, with the Aurora in the background, the radar going off. And it just says, this area has been scanned. I don't know what that means yet. I assume it's something to do with, like, the proper contract missions it's added. And that's about it. I'll show you one more time in the daytime, for those of you that just want to. I was having a little look around the trailer with the camera as it was doing it. But yeah, that's about it for today. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Like I say, I'm going to do, yeah, the F750 upgrade video, and then the next day I'd like to do, I just want an extra day to, I don't want to review it for an hour and then tell you guys, like, I know what I'm talking about. I want to give it a good old going over. That's what she said. But yeah, anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon. That's a cool trailer.